who all gonna be.
Oh, not the quick cutoff.
Right.
A who all gonna be their podcast.
I hit the wrong one. It's okay. Welcome to A Who All Gonna Be There podcast, the place where you get to be an exclusive member to our very entertaining group chat. And if you're watching, we have a very special guest, as you can see. But for those of you who are listening,
He ain't no guest no more. He is not.
he ain't no guest. He's fam. It's none other than Josh Nash. We're gonna put the doctor on it. Thanks again for joining us, Josh. And
of course,
unlike our usual content of Big Brother, Survivor, we did say we were going to talk about Love is Blind, and we're so glad to have you here to do that because this season, listen, we're going to have to name this. I don't know what love is, but it ain't blind.
Love is messy. I don't even know if I want to call it love. I really just want to call it messy is blind.
Messy is
like
blind.
That. Yes.
Because it's so much going on this season. I don't even know where to start.
I really need to talk to someone about it. So I'm glad we're all here tonight.
Yes. So just jumping right in, like what were your expectations with this new season? Because last season was great because we had two raggedy seasons, season 2 and 3, where this season 4 was up here, in terms of the love quantity, wasn't a lot of drama, but the love was there last season. And now we get to this season and only 2 couples make it out the pods.
2.
If that.
Right. They made it out the pods. I don't know they're going to make it to the down the but we got Treese she was nice enough to make a little PowerPoint for each of the couples. So if we need to just hone in on some couples, we can do that.
I put that one up there.
That's a couple too.
Right. That was
I saw this picture and I was like, that's my couple. Because this is a mess. Because this season is a mess and this is the perfect mess.
That captured it all right there.
Right.
No, it literally, it's everything. So starting off, let's go to what's our first couple we got? Aaliyah and Uche.
Is that how you say her name?
Aaliyah.
I'm saying Aaliyah.
I mean, I gotta
call her Lily.
Really? Okay.
We didn't give her a nickname, Lily. So, what were y'all thoughts on them as they started to build their relationship? Because it seemed like she only made a connection with him, but he was kind of trying to make one with the lady Miriam, but then she was being sketchy, like with what she did for a living.
Please.
Which I kind of love too.
Yeah, that is true. Because why you need to know what I do? If love is really blind, you're gonna accept me if I work in the janitor's closet.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Maybe.
So.
Unless you're Stacy, but we'll get to that.
Oh,
listen. I was just about to say maybe. With this season, maybe.
Right. But yeah, so he left Miriam to the side because she was being, sketchy to him, and I was like, yeah, I don't know about her.
Oh, but let me speak about that real fast. So I did do some research on that on Miriam because we know it looked like she
was hiding something.
East, girl, is you in Houston? First, she said she was in Houston, and then she said, "I'm moving back."
Saudi Arabia.
I'm back at home. Girl, what is you doing? She didn't know what she did. Child,
and she was like, she worked at the nighttime. Like it was. Like,
hold on, I'm gonna say this. Okay, when she said that she was into skincare, and then she said it was like a special recipe or something. Did y'all think of something nasty, or was that just me?
Yeah, it was giving nasty.
It sounded something like sexual. And I was like,
what's up, Chappelle?
But what it turns out is she was being legit. I did the research. She showed her degree. She did go to Johns Hopkins.
Okay, Johns Hopkins.
She did do everything. And the thing was, I think she said the way the Netflix edited, she's like, because that's not how the conversation went at all. She's like, I think chopped and screwed it or whatever. She's like, so I was very firm and, this and this and that. She's like, I didn't necessarily have a name for what I was doing because she was just developing her skincare line. But it looked good. Shout out to Miriam because I think I might put a purchase in.
Yeah.
Okay, because it got all the good butters, the shades and the cocos. So she had receipts and she was legit. So
that's good. I'm glad.
She made a TikTok too about it, which was like really captured everything. That's what the one I watched, and I was like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
I understand the flow chart, everything.
Right.
Okay, so back to this when they started to, get together, Aaliyah, Lily, and Uche. At first I was like, okay, I can see, they both like the poetry, they both, got really great careers going for them and all of that stuff. But when it came down to when he asked her like about the cheating thing, or when she admitted to having cheated, and he just completely shut down, I was like, oh, that's not a good sign. It's not a good sign, because he immediately did judge. He was like, I'm not trying to judge. He waited till she walked out the door to be saying,
you definitely judging.
Yeah. Immediate red flag.
Yes. And so with that whole situation, like, she was, felt like she had been vulnerable and she had never done it before. And he immediately was like, I just feel like if you've done that in your past, and that's just who you are. So what's to keep you from doing that again? Dang, she just told you 2 seconds ago. Like, can she have a chance to tell you and show you?
What'd you say? That was 2 years ago, right?
2 years ago. He said, that's recent.
When he was up under somebody 3 months ago. Okay.
3
months.
And a matter of fact, 3 months ago, sitting next to you on the couch. Okay,
yeah.
Uche.
Hugging you.
Child, a mess.
Okay, and then the thing that makes it worse, because after she had that break, like after he did that and she walked out and she was crying, and Lydia was like, oh my, it's okay, don't let him get you down, that's a him problem. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. I'm so glad they had this relationship and this friendship.
I was so wrapped up in Lydia.
Man, it was so cute. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And for them to come for him to then later on was like, oh yeah, by the way, I know somebody here. And she's like, wait, who? Lydia.
A mess.
The way I wanted to flip an imaginary table, like, I know this. I know you didn't just say, are you kidding me? The girl that's been consoling me?
Right.
Come on.
And then we want to talk about lies. The lies. You had a perfect opportunity in that moment when she disclosed about her cheating on the old dude 2 years ago. You like Tree said, you was up under her 3 months ago.
That was definitely the window.
That was the window.
Yeah,
that was the window. And so when that came out, what did you think, Josh? When that came out?
I thought it turned from like Love is Blind to like, are we watching a thriller? Like, what am I watching? Am I watching what is this? Because Netflix sometimes. So what show are we watching? Because I was a little bit scared.
Yes. And I was like, how did this happen? And that's still like one of the questions that we need to know, and Netflix will never tell us. But they, it was like, oh, she knew I was gonna be on here and she followed me on here. But how did she know, for one? And even if she did, how she just throw herself on the cast? Like, she just knocked somebody out at the door and was like, took their card and was confused.
Listen, let me tell you what I think happened. So this was 3 months ago. Everybody know, for these reality shows, they kind of look for members, early. She probably saw a little paperwork, a little email or something, and she was just like, oh, let me apply too. And the reason why she got in that door is because she said, oh, I know somebody that's on the cast. Because one thing reality shows like is mess. They knew this was going to turn into some mess. I 100%, you can't nobody tell me different. Netflix set this up. I see what y'all did, mess.
Yeah, because there's no way, because
it's too much to be a coincidence. It's too much.
Too much.
I mean, Houston's a big city.
Right. That part, a big one. We know everything is big in Texas, so all those people in there, it's too spread out for it to be a coincidence. Because even if she did see a little piece of paperwork, there's no guarantee that she can just call up Love is Blind and just jump on the cast. Yeah. So they had to be like, ooh, let's see how this pans out, right? And when they had the meeting in the pods, the fact that she knew him immediately, he was like, Lydia. He knew who that was. You know.
He did. Her accent is too Lydia to not know. I even met Lydia before, and I'm like, Lydia, is that Like, come on now.
Especially because we know that y'all was just together 3 months ago.
Hmm.
You ain't, what other Lydia you knew that know about she didn't have to tell you about your dog and your favorite colors and what you like to eat and all that stuff.
Baby, after the third comment, I would have said, well, do you want to go? Because what is you doing? Oh, yeah, you know, he normally keep the good snacks on the second, shelf in the pantry. Girl, the way I was yelling at that TV, like, Aaliyah, run.
Oh, it was pissing me off because when she was telling it, and she was like, I really don't want to know any details. Don't tell me. And then she just kept going.
She kept going.
Oh, you know, he drives a Tesla. His house is 3 stories. And that woman, even before that came out, I was like, she wears me thin. I said, I see why everybody's bitter. Because that energy, she was just a lot in the pods each and every time. I'm like, Lydia, I need you to dial it.
She too much. Dial it
12
down.
notches. 12 notches.
12
so
right.
With this whole thing, and I would leave too. So when she just up, she was like a thief in the night. She packed up and was gone, and
out of there.
Nobody knew where she was at. She wouldn't answer no phone calls, and she just disappeared overnight. It seemed like without a trace. But finally, they get the call. He gets to call her and whatnot.
The call, oh Lord.
And she pretty much was like letting him know that her and Lydia got into it, and because she said some stuff about, if you just want him, just go back. I think she do want him. I think they want each other.
Yeah.
Based on when they all get that group, later on after everybody had moved back home and stuff. That whole conversation, we can get into it. That's too much. Y'all were doing the most for people that don't love don't care about each other. Y'all were doing a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Doing a lot.
It was so weird. Like, you call, hey, Leah, where you at? And then you like, he flipped the script. Nah, well, don't call me no more. Like, you got mad.
I was prepared to propose to you.
And then I was upset that she was really on the phone. Like, no, girl, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
This is like a train wreck. Like, you can't turn away. Like, what is going on?
I know one thing they said. Lord. There will not be a black love story this season.
No.
Okay.
No Bratton Smith this time.
None.
And I'm okay with that. with that.
Me too, because she dodged the bullet.
No, y'all was not about to force this relationship on us. Was not. I was gonna write letters to Netflix. Take it down.
So, anything else that we need to cover about them two specifically? I know they had that conversation outside the pods when they got to meet and whatever. And he just, again, completely gaslit her, made her seem like she was the problem and that he was just Mr. Perfect. And I didn't like that because I felt like she was kind of believing him.
One thing I did like about Aaliyah, I love the fact. I mean, of course, I wasn't a fan of her cheating. Nobody is a fan of anybody cheating. But the fact that she said the reason why she left old dude was because she was not sexually satisfied. I love the fact that her as a woman, baby, you need to please me, okay? I can't stick around and you not, do what you're supposed to be doing. So I love the fact that they showed that, because a lot of times, especially the women, we just got to kind of like deal with it. And now we're not dealing with that. Yeah. So I like that they showcase that. Shout out to Lee, girl. You deserve to be pleased, ma'am.
She said she tried all different types of ways. And that man, you know what he said?
He had to
your man ain't me.
He had to be bad, child. Ooh, so, I pray for that man.
That whoever that man she cheated with, he said, if your
Sorry for that man.
He was singing Chris Brown. Okay, if your man, your man ain't me. If you want to sneak out in the middle of the night, baby, I'm your guy. I'm gonna be since he ain't being all that he can be. Baby, please, your man ain't me. So yeah, she kicked old dude to the curb as she should.
Whoops.
So I think we've covered them. So hopefully, Leah, we wish you all the best, and we hope you find somebody. And unfortunately,
Uche, you, sir, don't get on social media.
Therapy. Leave it at that. Yes, you the first one, because you got some tendencies.
Everybody needs therapy,
There will
but
be a
you,
line
sir,
where you can be first.
there you go.
Exactly.
Push
can be
everybody
first.
out the way. You first. You have my seat.
Okay, so our next couple that got engaged and they made it to the little honeymoon phase was Jared and Taylor. What were y'all thoughts about them?
They got on my nerves. I'm gonna be honest. They got on my nerves because
Woo!
every time are you taking just being silent, eating food, or like
It was so
there's
weird.
on scale, and it could have just been a 5 minute, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When they first met, it was just
They
like
dragged it out.
Oh, they dragged it
this-
out, didn't they?
baby.
Yeah.
Another train wreck. Another train wreck.
At first when I saw them, I was like, oh, she a little teacher. He a firefighter. They gonna be a little basic, like
That's
middle
cute.
class little
Yeah.
family. They both plain looking, So I was like, I think they'll. I think. I mean, y'all, let's be real. They wasn't the finest of the bunch, but they seemed to have really nice personalities in the pods, and they seemed to fit really well when they were building relationship. I was like, oh, I can see this being a nice little white picket fence, middle class family,
Yeah.
and I think they would be perfect. And then they get out and they get to Mexico, and he
Who is this?
on mute. He was in a perpetual Beyonce concert. When she said everybody on mute from the stage in Houston, he stayed on mute. Okay.
Oh my God. This man had no conversation. This man just
Look, Aaron said a mess.
A
And where was
mess.
he on January 6th? Ooh.
Okay. Oh.
listen.
Because
that man had one too many. He had the American flag button down.
Star
He had the
Spangled Banner.
American flag, the boxer shorts. He had the swim trunks.
He was being
Sir,
sponsored.
where were you on January 6th?
He was being sponsored by Red, White, and Blue. Okay.
Now, America. Listen,
Even blue.
America are us, apparently.
But I was a little shady on that, but he would not talk. So she would be trying to talk, and he would just.
She was trying.
She
Taylor
did.
was trying. Baby, she was pulling teeth. Teeth
She
that
pulled
she
all
did
the
not like. But she was pulling them. But
I
when
was
she said,
waiting
like,
for the
his teeth,
breakthrough.
I was hollering.
I thought it was gonna have a
my
breakthrough.
God.
Because I was like, what is going on? Because they would just be in the water or they would be sitting down. I'm like, what is going on? And it even got worse because when they met up with everybody else and they were all with their little booze, they was getting thrown up in the air and thrown in the ocean. And she just sitting
Yeah.
Crickets.
And when he was finally getting ready to say why he wasn't talking, what did y'all think it was gonna be?
Not that.
Not that, no.
He said because she had makeup on. Makeup? Are you kidding me? Like something you can take off.
He's like, I want to see this face. She's like, I ain't wore makeup since that day.
But you seeing it. You seeing it. What is the deal? He just trying to find another reason. I don't even think it was the makeup. I think that was just something he said. I don't know what it was.
But what could be the reason? What y'all think it was?
I mean, he thought she was cute.
She was talking about his teeth, so I mean, she was able to.
They both wasn't attracted. I know.
So,
well, he showed on. He be talking about nobody not being cute and stuff because you like a little leprechaun.
Look at him standing right there. A mess.
Look at you. I want you to look in the mirror. Put the mirror up to your face, Jared. And do you think you have the audacity and the reason to tell her that she shouldn't wear makeup because you want to see her natural because she's fake? It's fake if she wear makeup.
He said this man ain't had no lips. Jared gave insult energy. I was afraid for Taylor. I thought she would be repulsed by his looks. He had no lips. The nerve of him and his receding hair.
Oh no.
He had some nerve.
He really had no lips. He was giving her a sliver of skin. Oh my God.
And that's another thing. He was
so
like,
cringy.
he want to be covered. She was covered up. Like she wasn't doing nothing crazy.
You're better than me because baby, I would have had pasties on. Oh, you want me to cover up? I'm grown. I'm about to be at her. You're not about to do that.
Right. So that was just the weirdest thing. I'm glad eventually she was like, we gonna end it right here. And what she should have did was, and I've seen people talk about this on Twitter, she should have had a full face, a beat face when she told him that it was over.
Beat. And I would, you know what I would have did? I would have stayed and I would enjoy my vacation.
Right.
And I would have been like, send me a margarita up. Oh, I'll take another room. Thank you. I'm already here. I'm gonna enjoy my time. I'm gonna go to the spa. So I love the fact that, because let's be real, a lot of these women out here, they just overall in Love is Blind franchise anyways, they really want to get married. So they deal with a lot of BS to stay in it. So I love the fact that Taylor said, we're not doing this. I'm not doing this just to be on TV, not just to get a husband, not to just get any ring. So
she was real for
Taylor.
That. Shout out to Taylor. If you listen or you know Taylor, please let her know. She did what she was supposed to do. Forget what some other people did on some past seasons for the screen time. She's like, I'm really here for some love. And I didn't get that. And I felt she got cheated. She really did. And I hate that for her. Jared, you are next in line for therapy, sir. We're gonna put that on the docket. Whew. Anything else about them?
No, right.
That was about it. That's all we saw.
Right. Chris and Johnny.
Let's talk about these two, Lord.
I'm just upset with Johnny.
I feel like we have to decide every couple.
Chris might be one of the best men to ever be on this show.
Chris is the best. I like Chris.
He's one of the best.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Go ahead, Josh.
I mean, instant therapy line. Maybe we might move her up to third first.
Because Johnny,
Johnny is a lot.
He is too good for her a little bit. I like Johnny
a little bit,
but she was too concerned. I think she just really had this dilemma that she really liked or was falling in love with two different people, and she wanted to have her cake and eat it too. And she thought that Izzy was gonna choose her because he did lead her on to make it seem like he was gonna choose her. And so she was like, but I can have Izzy because he wants me, and this is the life I can see, even though Chris is that safe option. But I don't want to go for the safe option because that's what I've had in the past. And so she was like, let me do something different. But she realized, and there's a lesson to be learned in this. Sometimes I know people tell you in life you need to go for something different, things outside that you're not used to, but oftentimes stick with what you know, because what you know and what you've experienced before that will be what you need, right? And that's what she needed in Chris, and she chose wrong when she broke up with him because he was broken down,
was
in tears. And she tried to get Izzy, and Izzy turned it down and broke up with her. And then she tried to go flip it. She tried to pull a Missy Elliott, flip it and reverse it, and go back to him.
Nah, but I really wanted you.
Right. How did she think she could do that?
Baby, I was like, yes, Chris, stand up for yourself. You ain't about to second choice me.
No, I love that he did that, because I thought he was gonna be like, oh, I'll take you back, when he was like, I love you, but I gotta put me first.
I'll put me first.
And I love that he did that, because he didn't deserve to. You would look so silly going through if you would have proposed to her at that point, because she may have loved you, but she loved somebody more at that time. So I'm glad that he did decide not to continue with her in that moment. Let's see what Aaron said. Johnny's mom was right about her. That's all I'm gonna say. And I felt bad for her when she said her mom was like, maybe a relationship isn't for you. I was like, why would you tell your child that?
Yeah, that's a terrible thing to say. That's a terrible thing to say. But I'm about to be that person. Okay. Johnny likes to manipulate. She manipulates through her tears, is what I see. Okay. So I think she thought, oh, Chris is cool. I like Chris. But that's not what I want. I don't think she ever was going to accept anything from Chris, because Chris is boring to her. Fun.
That's safe.
We know Johnny don't like safe. She don't like that. Just talking about her past relationships. And then with Izzy don't seem that safe anyways either. But she liked Izzy a lot. But when Izzy turned her down, then she was like, let me
try to spin the block
over her to Chris. Yeah, that's exactly what she did. She spun the block.
And he said, skirt.
I was like, yeah, Chris. But then you end up getting with her anyways. Come on.
Now I'm gonna give him some grace.
But I bet you it was a conversation that happened off camera that Johnny used those tears, but you know I love you, and got him to get with her. That's what I think happened.
I think,
because I bet you they're not together now. I will bet every dollar in my bank account right now that they ain't together.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Go ahead, Josh. I'll let you go.
Think so.
I don't think so. Chris when they were at the barbecue, I just feel like he's really actively putting in a lot of work to make it work with Johnny.
I think he really likes her.
About, like the TV and all of that. And I don't know if Johnny really is just in the relationship for the TV, because when she was going through back and forth, trying to decide on a relationship, and then she finally committed to Chris. There was a point in that conversation where she was with Izzy and Stacey where they were calling her out on everything, and she still couldn't like fully put up and be honest about the mistakes that she made in there.
Yeah,
right.
Not even mistakes, but what she did, like some accountability. And this is a person that you're in love with, and like you can be embarrassed a lot because they're embarrassed a lot, but
I think too. I didn't go back and look, and I was hopefully, I don't know if Love is Blind. Well, we know they will. They love some receipts. I thought they would have did it in that moment, but that whole I think I moved more to Johnny's side a little bit in that at the courtyard little scene, because Izzy was doing the most. Like, you still like her. You like her, and you mad that she ended up still with somebody. Because you thought, because he was on this little high horse. Oh yeah, I'm glad I didn't choose you. I chose the best option, and he was mad when he found out that she still had somebody, because he wanted to knock her down. Even with I'm glad I made the best choice, and I don't have to worry about this kind of craziness. And he wanted to, make her feel small. And he was telling her that everybody was like, oh, you're not anything. You are a piece of, whatever, and all the stuff like that. And that's not necessarily the case completely, because even when that conversation was happening, he was like, oh, you told me that. Did she say that she loved him, or she said, I care about you? Because he said, oh, you said multiple times that you love me. And I was like, I don't remember her saying that she loved him.
I don't remember.
I really remember, but I think she did. I can't remember.
Like she did, but I can't say 100%. I can't remember.
Okay. And I knew she said she cared about him, so I was like, that's why I was hoping if they rolled the tapes back so we can see who was lying in the moment. But I think she's used to manipulating situations. So when she flipped all those words around, said one thing to him, and then said the almost same thing but a little bit different to him, I was like, Johnny.
Yeah. Chris is who Johnny needs, but if Johnny get her shit together, I think they could have a really good relationship. But Johnny got to grow up.
I really want them.
I really think that's what it is.
I think
yes, I think he needs her. Like, I think he will level her out.
Yeah.
And in that situation where Izzy and Stacey was kind of ganging up, I don't even know for sure if that's Izzy's personality. That gave Stacey to me.
Yeah.
Like, now Izzy, where
he ain't, because you was over there in that closet crying because she told you that she wants you to cook. Huh? What was it?
I think he was really putting on a show for Stacey.
He was, but she don't even want that, because you remember the first time they had that conversation before that ganging up situation, he was like, oh yeah, I just put it on her. I just let her know. And she was like, what did she say to you to make you do that? Because she didn't say nothing. You were just doing the most.
He still like Johnny. He
still like her. He want his cake and eating it too. And he can't have it. And I can't wait to get into them, because that's my favorite one to talk. They're my favorite couple to talk about.
I'm about to go in.
So we can go ahead and skip Chris and Johnny. Wish them the best. Okay, he stood up as woman in the moment. So good for him.
So y'all think they still together?
I think so.
I'm glad. I'm about to Google it.
Okay,
here you go.
But I don't think they're together.
I think by taking it slow, that I think marriage, go back real quick. I think going through with marriage was too much. And I think you can start with the foundation that they had in the pods, starting off as boyfriend and girlfriend. I think they can work through a lot of these issues, taking their time and unlearning some of the, past trauma behaviors and things that they could work through. I mean, he seems fine to me. She, with having been married before and all this stuff like that, she got a lot to work through. And so I think by being just boyfriend and girlfriend, they could work through that.
I do too.
They cannot work through that.
What? They not together.
I
How
just
you
I want
find
to know how
out?
Chris feels watching the episodes now and having a lot more like content and everything.
But
That's-
I was just about to say that could have been what broke them up, possibly. Because like,
Yeah.
girl, look what you was doing.
Yeah.
So that's a possibility.
How'd you find it out? Ain't no records for boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, I just say, is Chris and Johnny still together from Love Is Blind?
Then how
And
did
it said apparently they broke up. They expect around July 2022. 2022. Damn, this was filmed that long ago?
yeah,
Just a
they
few
didn't
months
filmed up
after
to
Love
season
Bad
8,
season
right?
5.
Y'all know they filmed up
what?
to season 8. Yeah, they got
Are
8
you kidding?
seasons. Yes.
I thought this was last year.
No.
What?
They have 8 seasons all ready to go.
Oh,
ready
wow.
to go. So well, dang. Well, it makes sense. So
Yeah, I guess.
what did Aaron say?
Oh.
Wait, what?
Oh, y'all want another little spoiler?
Give us the tea.
Chris already got him another girl.
Oh,
Oh,
was it somebody from the show or just somebody?
I don't think so.
Okay,
Nah,
Chris.
some other little girl. She
Good for Chris.
can.
Wow,
Look
good.
like I can keep my little money in my account.
We get ready to touch on this, Aaron. Yes, we're gonna get ready to touch on his broke sale. Go ahead and move to this next couple.
Okay, brokey.
well, this might take a while.
Oh, Lord
Izzy and
Jesus.
Stacy.
Busy.
I mean, I like Stacy. She can be a lot.
No, I don't like Stacy at all, bro.
I'm saying I like her. I like that she know what she want and all that stuff. But
Stacy want an old white man. Let's be real. She want a man that's like 4. How old is she?
She's
like
30.
30.
She's 30.
33?
30?
33, 35?
She want a man that's about 47 with 3 401ks. That's what she want.
Listen, okay.
She want her daddy. That's who she want if we being real about it.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Aaron said Izzy's a scammer and Stacy needs to blend her foundation.
Aaron is on one tonight.
No, because that wasn't me. That was Aaron in the comment. Thank you very much. But here's the thing. If we want to talk
not
about
Eric.
If we want to talk about somebody who wear makeup and look completely different, this is the person to have said. Because I did not recognize Stacy when she woke up in the morning when they was in Mexico. I said, "Who is that? Harpo, who this woman?" Because that ain't Stacy. But I guess indeed it was Stacy. But I don't even care. That shouldn't even matter, right? Because love is supposed to be blind, so it don't even matter. My problem with them, because they made it seem, because they had a good little honeymoon phase. They was doing real good in Mexico. But as soon as they got home,
hold on, baby. You saw Izzy in them little shorts and that. I said, okay, Izzy. I just had to comment on that.
Paying attention to the wrong things, Trees. The wrong things.
Listen, I'm a lady. I'm a lady.
Oh my goodness. I can't do y'all. I can't deal with y'all.
Hey,
but
he's wearing them little shorts.
Right.
He was wearing them.
In the pods, I'm gonna back up. I'm not gonna jump into their home life first. So in the pods, I really wasn't feeling they had a strong connection. Did y'all?
No, I was pretty certain it was gonna be Izzy and Johnny.
Same.
It was me too.
Yeah. And I don't know what it was. Oh, you know what it was? He don't like to get deep and vulnerable because even though he liked to cry. Because when Johnny started saying that I need you to go deeper and be more deep and get it, that's what he changed from that moment. Obviously, editing could have when that conversation was had, but based on that, he was like, "Oh, yeah, scratching her off the book because I don't have to do that with Stacy. With Stacy, it's just fun. It's all this, and that's when he chose her, and I was like, I guess.
Let me tell you what I think it was. I think once Johnny talked about her dealing with her ex with the substance abuse issues, why? Like the way Izzy was making it, made it seem like she was the one that had the substance abuse issues. Like, well, y'all get or was that just me?
No, I'm
And I
glad
was
you
like,
brought that up.
That's
yeah, and I was like, I thought that was kind of odd to me. Like, that wasn't her. You know, to some extent, I can see, you know, if you don't want to move forward with somebody who's had that in their past, but that was her dealing with the situation, and it seemed like it made her a stronger individual.
Right.
So I think Johnny was picked up until that exact conversation.
Yeah.
And then that's when he's like, well, let me see who else I got a connection with. Oh, Stacey, cool. Like, I think that's literally what it was.
And it's why I'm so glad you brought that back up, because I did feel some type of way, because she mentioned how like that person, you know, they had that problem, they eventually passed away, and that was like her first love, right?
Yep.
And so for him to really trivialize that experience that she had and then try to make her seem like she was wrong for loving that person, as if he's just this great and amazing individual with no issues and completely perfect. I didn't like that. And so
me neither.
She dodged a bullet with that. Yeah, I agree. But moving on to them in the outside now, this is where we got plenty to talk about. I cracked up a couple times. So when they pulling up to her house, he was like, oh, this is a nice car. I said, it is a nice, come on, Mercedes, okay? She had a little Mercedes, 2 of them, because she had one in the garage too.
She had a what?
She had a Mercedes Benz.
I don't even remember that.
You know, I'm looking at everything, because I need to see, because y'all with y'all life need to be matching up to what y'all say y'all doing. So she a little operations manager. I don't even know what that mean or what that is.
I was just about to say, what does that mean?
Because
what does she operate and manage?
Because she was at the yoga studio.
Wouldn't that be the same thing?
Business, I don't know.
Maybe she owns it.
She probably do, because I low-key was an operations manager for a company.
It's probably her dad's thing, and then she, let me get my baby a job kind of situation.
Well,
probably.
Actually, I don't, maybe not.
I think she hustles. Like I think she puts in the work.
Because remember, he was like, you know, Stacey's the only one, you know, she does stuff for herself. Like she tries to.
Okay. Okay, shout out to Stacey for that.
That's why I think I liked her.
Diminish your shine, even though I like you personally. But go ahead, girl.
And that's why I think I said I liked her, because like she, even though she comes from a wealthy family, she's out there making stuff happen for herself, right?
She worked for it.
Yeah, she's working for it.
That's good.
Like she getting her house redone, got the little renovations going on and stuff. And so when she's doing a tour of her house, and she's like, yeah, you know, it's 3 stories. He's like, oh, he gave me the impression as she giving the tour, you know, the clip with I almost call her Jennifer Hudson. What's that girl name? Tiffany Haddish. And she's like, this is not, it's all you. That's exactly what he was giving, because he was like, oh my God, like you got brass silverware? I ain't never heard of no brass silverware. And when it got to, she's like, oh yeah, this TV. He's like, oh, we're gonna need a bigger TV and a different couch. She said, oh, okay, are you gonna buy the TV and the new couch? Crickets.
Baby,
just like
when
I
he got
thought.
On hush mode,
Don't have an answer.
He had him a sugar mama.
Didn't think you would. Okay, so be quiet. She said, next time before you try to come into my home and add in and take away stuff, where the money at?
What's the bill? Cool. You get that. I'll open the door when you bring it in.
Right. And he was on hush mode. And so he was
first red flag.
First red flag. And here go the second one, because when they got down back to the kitchen after he, you know, then toured her house and, you know, got to see all the nice and fine things that she got that he don't have and he won't. He knew he collected a sugar mom. He was like, oh yeah, this is my meal ticket right here. I got my meal ticket. She was like, speaking of meals, I do expect you to pay when we go into and he was just taken aback. He was like, oh, I've never had to.
Hold on. He had like he asked her to pull out a sword and fight anybody that looked in her direction. Like it was just like blasphemy. Like I was like, oh my. He was shocked.
He was completely shocked that she would even utter the words pay for both of our food. And he was like, I've only done half and half, you know. Typically the girls I've been with in the past never expected. She's like, well, I'm not like other girls and I'm your fiance, so I'm gonna need you to know that you need to be, you know, paying for something, you know.
You gonna buy my food.
And if that wasn't a lie, when she was like, well, I just need to know that, you know, that there's some security because, you know, I have this house and we know things break down and that HVAC system, if it does go, it's $20,000, and I need to know you're gonna be able to.
It's expensive
to cover that. He was like 20,000.
We just got ours fixed a couple months ago. It's expensive. I'm with you on this one, Stacy. It's very expensive. I think how much was it, like $18,000?
Right.
Yeah, it's expensive.
So Stacy's
I'm with you on that.
Crossing her teeth, dotting her eyes for this whole marriage.
Which you have to do. Which you have to
I ain't mad at it.
Because what are you doing? Because he talking about he just when they went to family, right? And he was like, oh yeah, I quit my job and I became an insurance agent. I don't know nothing about it. Huh?
What
is it?
You don't know nothing about your job. And you just thinking, oh yeah, I need the work-life balance as an insurance agent. I just needed something new. And I get that.
You know what it sounds like he doing? You know how like when tax season roll around and all these tax preparers pop up like, oh, I can do your taxes for
right.
That's what he's giving. That's what it's giving.
Right. So already for me, I was like, something ain't right with him in this money situation because my mind went back to Johnny when she knew she got broken up with. And she was like, well, does she know he got credit card issues? And he I said, oh, so she know about his debt and credit card issue, but this was before they even made it out the pods. This was right. So he told Johnny all this, and he didn't tell her this. And this your fiance, but you kept going back and saying that she's just some chick. She's just some chick. That wasn't a relationship. That wasn't a breakup. But you told this chick that's not your breakup.
About your money issues.
And not your fiance, because you kept talking about, I was waiting for a formal time to sit down. What does that even mean?
That's weird.
What is it? You have days.
Like, she was like, so you don't think when we're at the gas station? Look, she got it down to the day, the hour, the second.
Baby.
When we was at the gas station and I asked you about a credit card and you was like, oh yeah, I just don't like them. You didn't think that was your window?
Well, a mess.
I just really wanted to keep having a formal conversation. She's like, yeah, and you ramble and you try to go around, and I'm glad she clocked him on that because he do like try to ramble around the situation and not have to say what it is because what was it when she said when they had that first argument before he came to the studio and she was like, well, I just feel like you said you're gonna do all these things in the pod and that's not really translating to the real world. And hold on, why Aaron talking about is he could pay for the game?
Child, listen, it has to be a problem because there should be no reason. Or you know what he did? He probably only put like 15 in the tank, and she probably like, why do you fill it up?
Right.
And she's probably like, just use your credit card. He like, nah, I don't really like credit cards like that. I'll fill up later. Like I know how that conversation went because I've been with brokies before. That's what they do.
He definitely just put $5 in the tank.
This will get us to the house.
Right. And then she'll leave from work in the morning and she'll fill it.
Right.
Otherwise, she's not going to work.
And look, and she would have been picked because she would have been the type to get in the car thinking he filled the gas up, not even looking and paying attention. And she get halfway down the street and that light come on. And now she's stuck. But going back to that conversation when she was like, so I just feel like you're not doing what you said you're going to do. I was like, girl, he did get you the flowers. He did get you the flowers.
But he was in trouble. I'm cracking up.
Aaron's on it tonight.
Everybody's on one. Well, I knew this was gonna be the it couple. I knew it. And so probably should say it for last. But so when he was like, she was like, so like you said you was gonna cook for me. Have you cooked for me? He was like, no, but she said, so what have you done that you said you was gonna do? And he's like, because you ain't did what you supposed to be said you was gonna do. And I know she was stuck on that cooking. Mama's is hungry. Mama's is hungry. She wants her a home cooked meal, hot and ready, as soon as she walked through the door. And for some reason, he ain't been cooking. I don't know why he ain't been cooking because apparently you wanted this work-life balance. So what you gone all day for?
I would have said, ma'am, am I a chef? Did we do this in the pod and I missed it? because the way that she was like just going in, I was like, I'm confused. Like,
Well, he promised it.
Is he Chef Ramsay? I know, but y'all been together a minute. Like, damn, like, can we get some groceries first? I'm broke, bruh. Do you know how much groceries cost?
Well, and I think that may be a part of the problem. He ain't been cooking because he couldn't go get enough groceries.
That's the problem. It all reverts back. It all goes back.
It all starts to make sense, right?
Yep.
And for me, what got me on that part is when he was like, "Well, it's not even a whole lot. As everything I got, I own. It's just $3,500." Okay, so why you ain't paid it off?
First of all, no, that's a lie. And it is not no 35. Add a 0 or 2. Ain't no way. Ain't no way you just in debt $3,500 and you can't get another credit card.
That don't make sense.
That don't make sense to me.
And if it don't make dollars, it don't
make sense.
Because what do you mean when he said 3,500 double entendre? Because when he said 3,500, I was like, that's a lot.
Nah, that doesn't seem like that. No, he got that was 3,500 on one card. She should have asked the total. So what's the total?
Right,
yeah,
Aaron's
more
with
like
you.
35K.
Right, she said 35K. And
I want to ask. I want to get Izzy. What's the real number? That's all I want to know.
It's probably more like from Amber and Barnett from season 1. Remember how she was in that, and how she was honest about it, right? And Barnett then sold his house, tried to pay off her debts, and they ended up being somebody's roommate, married, and for 2 years it's somebody's roommate.
They still together?
They are. They are still together.
That's a shocker.
Because ain't no way in the world
after you selling your house, you better be together. You gonna love me. Shoot.
But I don't think could y'all have done that? Sold your house to pay off your spouse's credit debt and then became roommates with somebody. They were living in a room, so they didn't even have their own place no more. They were living in look at Josh's face.
Could I have done it?
I'm like really like yeah, I could.
When you in love though,
love really is blind. You know that? Like they are the pinnacle.
That's one. Yeah.
Yes.
I know. Look, I know.
Physically, my spirit.
Yeah, they gotta be.
Spirit guide me.
Listen, because I know we say Lauren and Cameron is the flagship. They will always be the face of Love is Blind. Absolutely. Because they were Love is Blind, but that's a whole nother. The fact that he sold his good stand, he was in good standing with everything. He sold his house.
Yeah, good credit,
all that.
Ain't that much love in the world
to have a little box room. I would say this.
When you in love, you'll do a lot of things, and that man has to really love her. Okay, and I feel like that is a testament to his relationship with her, because ain't no way my credit 700 plus and I'm dropping it down for you. So he love her.
Ty said, ain't that much love in the world.
Well, I'm like, my medical debt is like 200,000. So I mean, if someone sold their house for me, I would not be mad.
You better stay with them forever and ever,
baby.
And ever.
I'm gonna cook
the end of time.
I'm gonna cook for you.
Oh, absolutely.
What Alicia Keys, no one could get in the way of what I feel for you at that point. Okay, to the end of time.
You know what? I just have to bring this back to the dinner thing. I don't know what Stacey got against paper plates. I'm upset about that, because baby, I faithfully go to Sam's and get the big pack. Because one thing I don't like doing is dishes.
Mess it.
Now, do I have dishes? Do I have nice? I do. Do I use them often? Don't.
No.
Now, if I'm making if I'm cooking like a steak or something, yeah, we're gonna put them on the good plate.
Yeah.
But baby, if I'm heating me up a hot wing sandwich, paper plate, please.
Okay, that was probably the one time that I was with Izzy.
Stacey, I'm not with you on that one.
I'm bougie too, Stacey, but not to the point where I'm too good for a paper plate. Now the red Solo cup, I probably wouldn't have no red Solo cup. But
baby, I got a pack from Sam's in the corner right now.
That's for gas and stuff, but because I use my own, like I have containers
for me.
I have bottles and stuff, and like like the little I almost said mugs. I have mugs too. What do you call those?
Don't
tumblers.
Judge me, Aaron.
Paper plates belong at the not in the kitchen.
Okay, they not in the cabinet, but I do have them steadily ready in the pantry.
We got them too. I love me a good paper plate because, like you said, you know what I can do with it? Fold it up, throw it in the trash. Ain't got to worry about no dishes.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
it could be worse. He could be washing them and putting them back.
Oh,
do people do that?
yes, people do that. You know who do that? My
With some
daddy.
cabinets, you know.
I promise you. I go to his house right now. He has 4 or 5. I promise you. He has paper plates that he saves. He rents it. Oh, Trees, all I ate was some fruit on this one. So, it was so good. It's weird. People do it. I see
That's
it.
funny.
It's the craziest thing in the world. Yes. Yes, he does.
Lord Jesus. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's the only time I was
Judge him.
on his side. That's the only time because I was like, girl, you doing a little bit too. And the whole family was like, oh, paper plates. It was giving Nini's white refrigerator like a paper plates. Ooh, child, let's go to the store and get you some plates and some cutlery, baby, because we not doing no paper plates up in here.
that tripped me out, man. Oh my god.
What I say? Not gonna hold you. Sometimes you might have to have much on it, and I'm gonna reuse it one more again. Why throw it away?
One more again. Oh my god, I'm cracking up.
I mean,
you and my daddy, y'all need to get serious.
Oh,
Get serious.
you know, there's levels, Stacey. You know, we're not doing
there are levels. I agree. 100% agree. So, since this is one of our only couples that did the family visits, let's talk about the meeting of the families, right? So he went to meet her family, and I was like, okay, she got all these sisters and whatnot. Her dad and her mom was there. How did y'all think their family visit went? Because they seemed okay. I think
to me, it seemed like they were like, Lord, somebody marry Stacey. Was that they were like, Lord, yes. I think they know that she's. I think they know she's difficult. So they were like, oh Lord, she got somebody. That's the vibe I get.
Right. So I think I picked up on that, and I think obviously, and I know y'all will agree, the most memorable part of that was when he was talking to her dad, and he was like, "Yeah, love is great, but sometimes love likes to, fly first class. Sometimes love,
baby." When I said Stacey had that,
love wants a roof over their head. Okay,
you right, baby, because what
he's real for that. He was so, and it wasn't even like in a demeaning or condescending way like he could have been. It was just like, so I need you to know love ain't enough. Okay.
Right.
And
that part.
You need to make sure this paper is where it needs to be, because Stacey has a lifestyle that she's accustomed to. And she likes to travel. He ain't never traveled nowhere. So I'm trying to get to
it. Look, Stacey does have her standards, and I feel like wherever your standards are, that's where they are. You just, whenever you date somebody, you better put it all on the floor. Yeah. Because if you come back and surprise me and I got a problem with it, then that's gonna be a conversation. But if she lived that high life, then you gonna have to either match it or get gone.
Yeah. And somebody said her dad is tired of. Erin said her dad is tired of supplementing her lifestyle. Because she did mention, she was like, yeah, my dad will pay for it, but I'm sure he's looking for me to be somebody that he doesn't have to, somebody that can take the role and be like, I got it, don't worry about it type deal, which I understand too. Like, obviously I don't have kids at this point, but like if I did have kids at a certain age, I was like, yeah, I got my kids, but if you getting married, I need you to be able to, take care of my child too. Yeah. They shouldn't have to.
I need you to be able to do more than me. Take care of my babies, okay? And that's as a mother,
right? Like, I got you. I'm always gonna have my kids, but because you're their spouse, as their husband, particularly for the daughters, like, you need to be able to.
That's your job.
Exactly. I'm the backup. I become the backup. I shouldn't be the first stop.
What gagged me the most is when Stacey's talking to her family, and she was just like, "You guys, just so you know, he's never been to New York," and they all were like, "Oh, bro, you think everyone's just out here traveling like that?" Like,
that's why I said,
you know what? I felt some type of way because I ain't never been to New York, and I was like, "Not they judging me."
Right. That's why Erin says they don't think that they're like wealthy or rich; they're just comfortable. I'm like, I don't know, because the way they be talking.
They be on Rodeo Drive, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on?
Faithfully, they're like, oh yeah, Stacey been there, she been here.
Look up what her daddy do.
He owns something because they were talking about the family trip they took to somewhere, and they all over the place.
You had the whole suitcase of shoes, or
Yes, they had 3 suitcases, and one was just shoes. Like, what?
I mean, I do that for a carry-on, but that's free.
If you flying South,
there you go. Yep, I do the little Yep,
yeah,
that's what I be doing.
And I'm not telling Spirit I have a carry-on either.
ETOMAR. Okay.
I live in New York, in the Bronx, born in the Bronx. It's all right. Yeah, I'm scared to visit New York. Like, I want to go, but them rats is what's keeping me from going.
Chill.
I don't know what to do with
I want to go to New York. I want to do a Christmas in New York, like at least one. And it better be like on a TV or I'm suing New York.
You want to be on the TV?
I did it one time. Christmas in New York.
How was it?
Did it feel like TV?
It was beautiful. It was
magical.
Christmas in the city.
Really, I think it's honestly that and fall is probably the best time of
year.
Yeah, because I like my pea coats, overcoat, long coats, gloves, the boots, the hat, the scarves, the whole aesthetic, down there. So I want to do.
They just give a main character outside, like you in your own movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I need to.
Stacey's dad owns a company.
Okay. It's not the same as when I was little. I'm sure it's changed. So much has changed, even here where I am in regular. What?
Damn.
What happened?
Apparently the car that Stacey's dad was sitting on in Love Is Blind was $400K. So they got some shmoney.
The who?
Apparently the car is like some kind of like special edition something. But
that car that was out there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay.
I gotta go back and see what car this was now.
It was like one of them collectibles, probably.
Porsche, I think. Oh no, Mercedes AMG GT. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. But yeah,
Mercedes with a lot of letters after it.
Apparently.
Aaron said I stand correct. I was like, yeah, I feel like they had a little shmoney, baby. When anybody mad about silverware and cutlery and plates like that, I'm like, they got a little something. And when I seen she had 2 Mercedes too in the garage. But yeah, so I don't know. These two, I don't know if y'all think they're gonna make it.
I don't think they may say yes at the altar. I don't. I think Stacey's gonna say no.
I can see that. What you think, Trish? You smiling like you getting ready to say something different.
Oh, because I Googled if they were gonna be together now. Y'all want the spoiler? Spoiler.
Oh, okay, we don't want the spoiler on them. We don't want it on them.
Okay, we're gonna wait.
I mean, that little plane thing was cute or whatever that he did, but it ain't gonna work probably.
I'm gonna just say it was some surprises
nice
this season. So,
but I'm mixing this off the previews of the last episode too, because they look like they were going separate ways after and all of that. But
yeah, I agree. I was, I was like, I don't know. Y'all had that good little moment, and then like all the credit card and that stuff came up, and I was like, ooh, y'all on the rocks.
Besides the money, I think they are good together. Besides the money.
The whole emotional aspect, like how she was like, I'm more vulnerable with him. I'm connecting on a deeper level. I've never done that.
Was she though?
I don't know nothing serious about her. Like nothing like
was that? Yeah,
really emotional with her.
I don't know.
So
they probably would level each other out. But Stacey just got this like bitch attitude I don't like. Like just to like really like just be direct about it. And I feel like I could only take so much of that. And I can see her as one of those people where her sisters are her best friend, if you get what I'm saying. But I wish them nothing but the best.
I think maybe, being in like this operations manager, maybe she's just always in like boss mode and like.
Yeah, I think that's exactly way to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she needs to, that she gonna peel that back. We need to, we don't need the ladies.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then he is a lot more emotional than he tried to project himself to be. I think he tried to have this big macho persona, and you a teddy bear, and that's okay. But only embrace your teddy bear, because he got
he just need to get a legit job so he can pay that debt down. Honestly, to be very real, that's really the only thing that bothered me. Everybody got a little debt. I mean, I ain't paid my student loans yet. So I'm mad about that. Only thing I'm mad about is that he lied. It seemed like he lying about it. And I also don't like, what else did I not like? Everybody doesn't like the whole 50-50 thing. I don't mind that. Like, and I think that's just I'm an independent woman. I don't care. Like, my mom has always raised me like I'm gonna do for myself before anything. Like me and Steve to this day, we've been together for 10 years and we still fight when I go out to put gas in the car. It is one of our like the littlest things. Like, I'll be like, here, like, he'll be filling up my car and I'll be like, take my car. He'll be like, no. I'll be like, it's my car. I can put gas. Like, I don't care about the whole, it's like, I feel like relationships are give and take. Now, when you say, no, we're doing this 50-50, we're doing this. Like, we about to do this every dinner.
We calculating like that.
If you don't take this car and call it a day, like, I don't know. I didn't have a problem with that, but I'm not in a relationship anymore, so I really don't have much to take on this part. But I think what people need to do is do what works for them. There are too many podcasts out here, too many link pieces on Twitter, too many conversations going around about what you should do and what you're supposed to do. But whatever works for you in your household, that's what you do. Everybody different.
I love that. Yeah.
Right. If 50-50 work for y'all, cool. If one paying all this time, pay for this and pay for that, hey, if that's the way y'all do it, that's the way y'all do it.
Now, I'm glad it's not 50-50, but if it was,
because
if it was 50-50, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Right. Because I'm thinking of all the successful like marriages in my life and seeing with family and friends, like they don't sit here like, okay, these are the bills I'm going to pay. These are the bills you pay. Or when we go out to eat, I'm going to do this. I'm going to pay for this. It's just like anytime, like if one of them could do it, this one, and they're both equally able to pay. It's not like one is broke and the other one's not, or somebody staying at home. Like they're comfortable in life and they don't argue about that type of stuff. Sometimes they're like, oh, baby, I got it. The woman's like, oh, I got this, or the guy's like, oh no, it's fine, like I got it, and it's not an issue, and it shouldn't be that way. But too many people are trying to tell people how they're supposed to have their relationships, and based on what society standards of what these roles, these roles, y'all. We go back to society, how we're ingrained with these gender roles, and some people are traditional, and if that's how you are, good for y'all. Make sure you find somebody that's traditional. Okay, so if you looking for somebody that's traditional, don't be expecting them that you want somebody to cook and clean. Okay, but make sure you out there working and you bringing home their bread too. Okay, period. And that they just at home. And if you want somebody that's traditional and you want them to go 50-50, make sure you want them to pay for everything. Okay, make sure you taking care of everything else and other aspects, so that way it's balanced out. So
that part.
You ate that.
Do what's best for you at the end of the day.
That's it.
So,
all right, we wrapping up this couple.
Yeah, I think we done with them.
Our last couple, Lord,
Lydia and James, because that's his real name. His name is James.
James. We calling him James.
Wait,
James.
Wait, what? Wendy Williams? Okay,
I gotta look this up. Okay.
What you
go
looking
ahead?
up?
I gotta find a picture.
So we got Lydia.
Found out who he looked like.
And Milton. First of all, Treese put Milton. I thought she was trying to be Spanish because sometimes you put Spanish.
How you spell his name? M-I-L-T.
Without the I. You didn't Spanish his name up. Milton. Okay.
How you supposed to spell it?
It's just Milton without the I.
Oh, whoops. Milton. I did that.
Milton.
Oh, I thought he tried.
Look, Ty said his mama called him James. We're gonna call him James. Exactly.
We're gonna call him James.
Before I say Ty said something about the relationship stuff, I think a lot of this is some people too young and just trying to emulate exactly what they think relationships should be.
Just who Milton look like. My son be watching this is the science kid.
Oh,
tell me he don't kind of look like you.
Ooh, you said I was on one.
Get on my drink.
That's the science kid, and it's funny because he the science kid
without that mustache.
Soon as I saw it, I was like, he looked like the science kid.
So James and Lydia, because the fact that he didn't even tell her that his real name is James. First of all, well, he did tell her because I think she didn't know that he's the fifth or whatever. But okay. I don't think she knew that that's what his family called him, because when they came to see the family visit, they were like, Milton, did he tell you that we call him James around here? Little Big James, Little James. And I'm just gonna start off like what I say. Sister did not take her foot off the necks of either one of them.
Baby.
So,
I said, woo. She was, and she didn't backtrack at all. You know, I
She
felt
did
like,
it.
okay, she gonna kind of like come off. She was just like, nah, you fake.
She said,
That's really what
no,
she gives.
the mom was
You
like,
fake.
so what do you think about this? She's like, it's phony. It's phony. I said, oh,
Baby, she was telling Dutch. And imagine what they edited out.
Oh yeah.
Look, I know his daddy was probably sitting back like, y'all,
This them.
y'all,
He felt like, yeah, that's them.
leave this man and this woman alone.
That's
Let
exactly
them
what it
figure it
was.
out. Because you seen because the sister husband was like, he's talked about settling down and trying to take up, or they were trying to help him out.
He was trying to give him a little bail.
He did, but the mama, and she was like, and so what's your name again? How you spell your last name? She said she gonna know. She gonna look up your credit score before you leave the house.
And then the mama was like,
and Will,
right?
Yeah.
Listen, that's me. And Will, quickly, soon as you leave, before you hit the highway.
Yes. Okay. Was I the only one kind of cringing when she was cussing in front of the family?
Oh my God, I thought that was so weird.
I
like
missed that.
Cussing like a sailor.
I don't remember
Like she wasn't like cussing, but she was just like
she was using cuss words. I thought that was so weird.
Yeah, she was using cuss words to talk about. Oh, I can't even say because I don't cuss, so it's hard for me to try to recollect what she was saying without saying.
I do that, but I don't remember that.
But she was like, I love this damn man and da da da. You know, like, and she was just saying, it was just natural cuss words. So it's not like she cussed at them, but especially in Black culture, especially if I don't know your family,
you don't do
like,
that.
and I feel like that's not even Black people, but I feel
respect.
like it's just a respect thing. Like, I don't start cussing until I know I'm familiar. Like, I've been around Steve's mom for a long time. She cussed from time to time, but I still feel weird. Like when I cuss, I be like, "Oh, excuse me," and y'all know I cuss like a sailor. Okay. So it's like it's really just a respect thing. Yeah, it's just like I was like cringing, like, oh,
I was cringing so hard, and I'm like,
face, because the sister was like, I'm not gonna cuss in front of my mama.
Right.
I know she had that look on her face. Yeah.
First meeting, don't cuss. Yeah, I think a first couple meetings
sure,
until you got the last name and you done been to a couple family functions.
Until you calling me daughter.
And I think the problem is that she's 30 and she feel like she grown, so she feel like, oh, I'm talking to grown people, so I could be whatever. And so I've been married 26 years and I still don't cuss in front of. Okay, come on, 26. Congratulations, 26 years. Congratulations, that's amazing. So yeah, maybe
it's a culture thing, because I have a lot of Hispanic friends and all of them cuss in front of their parents, like all of them, like every single one of them. And I got like 10 Hispanic friends, right? Mm-hmm. And like if I accidentally cuss when my dad's in front, I'll be like, oh, like I feel like be like, oops. Everybody know I cuss, but it feels uncomfortable for me. Like even when I'm around their family, I'm just like, oh. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's just what it is. Maybe it's just not as big a deal, but
yeah. But rewinding back to the pods, we had Lydia, and she had so many different, trying to have all these different connections. I was like, girl,
Lydia want a man.
I was like, girl, you doing a lot. Like I told y'all, she was wearing me thin on the first episode, and I was like, you over here trying to be with this one, you trying to be with that one, you trying to do this and do this. But when she got broken up with Izzy, I never really saw them having a connection except for the Spanish connection. I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. He knew Spanish and she speaks Spanish, and that's nice. But I really didn't see them having anything. So when she went to Milton, and she kind of disregarded him because of the age. She really was like 24. Oh, because she was with him until she said that age.
She should have stopped right there. So, yeah, that's a wrap.
Wait. Why did I see when the first episode first came out? Somebody, when his age was released, they were like, so you didn't try Tinder and Hinge before you came?
Right, but 24 is like young. Like you should be like in the streets.
Would you say, Josh?
24, he need to be in the streets.
Didn't his sister ask him that too?
She did. I think they asked. The lady was like, "What a 30-year-old want with a 24-year-old?"
I'm gonna be very real. I agree, because what's going on? I feel like we can't even have the same conversations. Like
and here's my piece, and I'll let y'all say what y'all got to say. And it goes, granted, they're both adults, so it's not touching any bad territory. But here's the thing. I can't date nobody that's younger than 25 for me, right? And I'm 27. I just turned 27 yesterday. But
oh Lord, now he said 2 years.
I'm for real. And here's the thing: when people say, "Oh, you can't be nobody that's 23 or 22," no, because the amount of growth and maturity that happens in the span of those 5 years. Yes, we're both adults, but I look back at where I was at that age and where I'm at now. There's no way that I could be with somebody, because there's just too much that you need to experience. There's too much that happens in that process. There's too much that you have to learn about yourself and discover who you are. And you're still figuring that out at that age, and still figuring it out now at 27. But I know a lot more about who I am now than I did then. So trying to be with somebody with that gap is too much. And I think with him being 24 and he's dating somebody at 30, they are in two completely different stages of their lives, right?
Yeah, Eric lying. Eric is an old soul. me and Eric is the same age. We are 34. He lying. I am 34 years old and Eric 32.
No, I'm
He's
not.
Just an old soul.
I'm not.
You definitely an old soul.
I am an old soul, but I am 27. Don't
so when he do say 25 is too young for me, it is the truth.
It is.
Because he really 34.
But I don't think I could be with somebody that's 34, no. Because that's just, it's just there's a difference. There's just so much.
A lot. Right.
It's a lot. What are y'all thoughts about the age gap?
I mean, I've been Milton, like I've been 24, I'm Lydia now, I'm 30. And there is so much that changes in that time. And I'm jumping ahead a little bit. But it really came out for Milton, I think, at dinner time. And that's when his age really showed.
Yes.
And I know I'm jumping ahead a bit there, but that's when I was like, okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Milton is 24, 23. Because that's not how you have that conversation.
No. One of the few times I was on Lydia's side.
One of the few times.
The one time.
I'm screaming. Really? Talk about it. Y'all go ahead and talk about it. Because, yes.
Listen, my thing is if Lydia didn't have that big of a problem with the age thing, why you keep bringing it up? Like, I feel like it's something like, why are you not picking up your clothes? Because he's 24.
Because he's 24.
That's why. Like, you knew this getting into it. Like, go ahead.
Why are you not picking up your clothes? it was like
on the couch.
Exactly, leaving stuff on the couch.
Okay,
sitting on the counters.
He left a plate on the couch. Now, I would have took a picture and say, "This you?" Now there are definitely stipulations. Like, come on, what is you doing? Like, pick up after yourself. Like, even if you're not putting it in the water, just put it in the basket in the corner. That's what the basket for.
Yeah, I don't think at 30 wasn't nothing a 24 could do for me. Exactly, and he's one. He said he's used to being the mature one, like in his friend group, and he's used to being that way, and so that's he feels like he's mature. And for 25? A 24-year-old, yes, you may be more mature than some of your peers, but there's a lack of maturity and growth, right? When it comes to these living situations and stuff, and stuff that you just don't do. And yes, I grant it's your house, so I guess yes, you can sit on your counters if you want to. But why you got your clothes on the counter? Why you want to sit on the counter? Why you want to leave towels on the floor? Why is that something that you do? I've never done that. Maybe that's just how I was raised, and he's used to somebody picking up after him. But I just think that he's not ready. I don't think he is. And
neither one.
Not saying that you can't be ready for marriage at 24, because I have friends who did get married at 24 and stuff, right? And they're on their 3rd, 5th, 6th year anniversary and stuff. But he ain't ready.
He needs to finish school, honestly.
Get his PhD.
Get that PhD.
I think he is just focused. And let me be, y'all know, when you're living college life, it's completely different from, okay, now I'm an adult in the real world life.
Yes.
And I think he's still in that mind frame, like, I'm just a college kid.
Yes.
Like, that's two completely, like, yes, you're out on your own. Yes, you making your money, you doing it. But that's two completely different lanes. And he's still in that, even though he has a real job, but he's still in that lane. And you still got a roommate. And he's still in school.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that's a big
yeah, but shout out to the roommate because he was real. Because he was talking Milton up. He was like, "Oh,
baby,
he
he
was great."
was talking him up.
I said, "That's brotherhood right there. That's what you do.
Yeah,
that's
he a
what
real
you do.
one. He a real
He a
one.
real friend for that."
Yep.
But your friend ain't. He needs to kind of take it, a step back. I don't think he's not ready in the sense where Uche was kind of tell you're not ready for this. No, Uche was trying to tell them that because you want Lydia for yourself, and I think, and this is what Aaron said too. She trying to get married so she can one up Uche, and he was trying desperately to convince Milton that he need to leave her alone.
Okay, I thought that too.
Yeah, because he was too. And Milton clocked him. He was like, because he was like, you don't think somebody's past dictates who they are? He was like, he's like, no, I don't. He said, we're in two different parallels.
Milton just like do. That's what I feel like goes on in his brain.
Yes.
Like he was like, you know what, you shouldn't let Lydia come between our friendship. For me, that would have been like, okay, well, this friendship is done because like I just met you and this is someone I'm gonna be marrying.
And you are doing your darndest to try to
already dated this person.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. So it just that whole situation. And she's a little bit controlling. So I think, like you mentioned, she's trying to control
for sure.
how all this is going again to get back at Uche, even though she said she done and all this stuff. I don't know. I can't wait to see if they pull up the receipts and stuff at the reunion.
I want to see, they're gonna find something. But my thing is if somebody can take you out of your element to make you go that hard, there's some emotion left. Because there ain't an ex in my life that can really get me to cry and bawl my eyes out. Because I'd be like,
Milton, come on, Milton, let's leave. We're leaving.
And and she did that. She was calling for Milton, like, baby, I moved on. You see my man Milton? Come on. That's what I got from that scene. I don't need you, Uche. I don't need you. She still she love that man. She still want her some Uche, I think.
Yeah. She do, and he want her still. That's why he was trying his best to make Milton see her in a different light and all the stuff like that to make him feel like he wasn't ready, and he not, but not in the sense that you trying to make it seem like.
Yeah.
And look, I think now let me rewind back a little bit. When Uche was calling Lydia crazy a little bit, I think there's some truth to that. But I also think it's some truth to what Lydia's saying too. I think they both right, and they both just they should just together and leave everybody else alone.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're both chaotic, and y'all be chaotic together if you want to. But y'all need to leave for James and Aaliyah alone.
Look at this. Do you know he had a blow up at the mixer? Milton had a full-on panic attack while Lydia was arguing with Uche. Milton isn't ready at all. Lydia is despicable. And then they said that on another show he was calm post-attacking, that he had to get calmed down in the bathroom.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
Wow. Oh, that's why he was so mad at her at the museum. Oh,
that makes sense now. Okay. That puts the pieces together a little bit more. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, James, I think he's a great kid. You see, I'm old. I'm calling somebody kid. He's just 3 years younger than me. But it just feels like that. He's a kid. It feels like it. I'm sorry. He's a kid. And I think he's a great kid. But I just think he's not ready for the level of commitment like he says he is. Yeah. But I'm just not sure how much, because even going back to the family visit, and they were like, when his sister was like, are you in love? Or do you love, like, why are you ready? Are you ready to get married? Like, why are you doing this? Yeah, she said, why are you doing this? And he was just on the counter like, he didn't say nothing.
No.
Like, you don't have no words? Nothing to say at all? So, I don't know. I know they don't need to be together because, yes, Aaron, Lydia is manipulative. Absolutely. She do like to control everything. If it ain't her way, it's the highway. Like, she was trying to control what shorts he was wearing on the beach today. I'm like, girl,
yeah, that was weird. Like, and she was pressing it. I was just like, girl, if you want a match, put you on the damn pink suit. What the hell? I like it. That's crucial. But I love that James. I love that James was like,
no,
I'm gonna wear what I want to wear. Yeah. And she was like, no. He was like, but no.
He was like,
So
I'm putting the gray shorts on.
he's standing his ground, and so I like that. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if these, I haven't Googled this. I don't know if they together or not. Do I think they are? No. But I don't know. You never know. But Lydia,
doing good to balance her.
You think they're good together?
I don't know if they're good together, but I think he's good at balancing her in a way that I didn't see from anyone else that ever talked to her. And I hope that's something that she recognizes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. I think he does bring that calmness to her, that to bring her down and mellow her out. And he mentioned, that he was like, when he was doing the suit fitting, how he was like, I don't really express my emotions a whole lot. And, but I am nervous about it, but I'm excited and all the stuff like that. And so I'm like, well, maybe, this is some other, things he's working on. Cause, he did say how his family's a little strict. They're not used to expressing emotions and stuff. So maybe, knowing that your family dynamic does impact how you go into relationships and how you see relationships and how you respond in these relationships. Yeah. And so maybe he is, because he's the baby or whatever, he's used to having things not necessarily done for him, but he's used to that security blanket. And maybe that's why the maturity isn't necessarily where it's at. But his mom did mention, she was like, I have seen the growth. And maybe it's just me and everybody else doesn't recognize it. But as a mom, I see where he's made, things have changed, over time. And so maybe this is a good relationship for him. Maybe being with somebody that a little bit older than him, I'm gonna say just a little bit older than him, is where he needs to kind of fast track his growing up.
And I've never been married, but maybe they can grow through it together. I don't know. Maybe they need more years. More time.
I would be interested in seeing them date. Do I think they need to get married?
No. Right here. I was getting ready to say that. Yeah, I think they should date.
Let's see how, and they need their own space. Don't need a roommate. No, get rid of that. And maybe, I don't know. Lydia's manipulative. Oh, she's manipulative.
Her family is so sweet though. That's the problem. Sweet. Like her mom's sweet, her brother.
She got a cute dress.
Her dress was bomb.
Her dress cute.
Yeah. She looked good in that dress. She did.
Baby, Lydia was wearing these outfits.
They was thinking, okay.
Lydia gets the cake for the best looking female contestant. I think she's gorgeous. So everything else, I don't know. We're gonna get through that maybe. Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Yeah. Whew. Anything else about James and
I just can't believe James showed up to that date without ironing his shirt. I could not take my eyes off the fact that
little raggedy shirt all wrinkled
in the Rock Museum without ironing his black t-shirt.
Like, come on. He thought it was black. He like, you ain't gonna see the wrinkles. You can see them wrinkles, James. Yeah. You can see them.
Clear as day. Clear as day. And
so what do y'all go ahead.
Oh, that's it.
Who do y'all think makes it out of the cast? Who do y'all think is still together, whether it's married or they just continue, relationship? Who do y'all think is still together?
Based on from what I've seen, and you being all what's the word I'm looking for? Little surreptitious with your spoilers.
Nosy.
I think that somehow, some way, Izzy and Stacey are going to be together because I guess it's just a debt issue that they really have. I think they'll still be together. I don't think that James and Lydia will be together married. I could see them trying to just date.
Okay. I see James and Lydia together. I don't know if I see Izzy and Stacey together.
What you think, Treese?
I don't think nobody gonna make it. Like, not one. I think when the reunion happens, we're gonna be like, well, let's talk about my new relationship. It's gonna be somebody not on the show.
Not everybody gonna pop up with a new boo sitting next to him.
Listen, I'm gonna just say, I don't think nobody gonna be holding hands on the couch when the finale roll back. It's gonna be space in between each.
First, yeah.
They gonna be on one end of the couch, and the other one's gonna be on the other end of the couch.
This is how it's gonna be. The women gonna be over here, and the men gonna be over here. That's how not together this cast is. You know what? I don't even know if Nick and what's her name? Vanessa gonna be the rate of this season because what's going on? I don't know. I don't
this
think
season
so.
was definitely a flop, Aaron. I mean, it gave
For sure.
in drama and messiness, but in terms of what this show was about, love being truly blind, clearly it ain't. And I don't know. If I didn't already know that they had 8 seasons planned, I honestly thought the show was gonna be done after season 2. Definitely after 3, but
we keep coming back for this mess.
Why we keep coming back? Because it's
messy.
We, like Aaron mentioned, DeLorean and Cameron, they were the unicorns, right?
Yeah. For sure.
And they set the standard, and we didn't see that again till Tiff and Brett were the closest to that magic returning, right?
I thought they stayed together.
Huh? They are still together.
Yeah, I love them.
So they're the closest to that, and even though their situation was a little unorthodox, Bliss and Zach are still together, and even
that is a shocker to me. That's a shocker.
And they in love.
They are. They are so cute.
They are.
I could care less for them on the show, but I'm starting to see like little content of them like here and there, and I'm just like, oh my god, like, they cute.
Yeah, he needs to keep that beard shade, but yes.
I like them.
And then what's his name? Kwame and
who's not together?
Who?
Josh and Jackie.
Oh yes.
Yes. Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
We knew that wasn't gonna work because that was toxicity from the start. Oh yeah, that was. Did y'all hear about the lawsuit?
Hold on, a lawsuit?
Yes. Oh, so before we wrap up, so thank you for bringing. I was gonna mention that.
Season, right?
Yeah. So apparently,
you did. You sent me that clip.
Oh, I think so. So maybe one of the couples that did get engaged, but off camera, not shown. One of them said that they were sexually assaulted by their partner while they were on the honeymoon phase, and Love is Blind didn't do nothing about it.
Oh, do we know which couple it is?
I can't remember.
There was 5 that went to Mexico that I read about, and then it was Renee and Carter. They're like shown in the pods and stuff, and like in
Renee and Carter is who I was going to talk about,
but they're not. Yeah, I don't know what happened. They just weren't. I don't know why they weren't shown. But then there was that 5th mystery couple that they never.
Maybe that's the one.
Yeah. So I think it's okay. So if there was another couple, I don't think it was Renee, because Renee is the one. No. If y'all remember when they were having the conversation, she had on the like lime green or whatever, and somebody knows, she had a wedding ring on. So I'm like, what's she doing here?
Is that the friend that came to the wedding dress?
The friend,
blonde hair.
I like her.
Yeah, long blonde. Yes.
Yeah,
apparently they went through everything. Like they went to the honeymoon, they moved in, they went to Arthur, but out of nowhere they just cut it. We have no idea why. Hopefully they tell us why, because I wouldn't know why I got cut, but maybe they were just born. They're like, nah, y'all like each other.
and that's the problem. So they
we could use some.
We could have used
y'all being regular.
Oh, Renee and Carter. She had a boyfriend and married someone else. Huh.
She had a boyfriend.
Which one is that? Is that the one I'm talking about? Renee? Is that her name? Ooh.
So she went on the show already?
Oh,
so she went on the show and had a boyfriend and got married to somebody. Okay. Ooh, I can't wait to see that too.
So that would have been a great drama.
Yeah, baby.
I don't know why we didn't get that then.
That's what I'm saying. Because maybe I would have been tuned in.
They could have cut the puppet master and Taylor out. They could just move them out and put them in there. Then
we ain't to see that
because it was so awkward. Because when they did the dress fittings and like the dress find and suit fittings,
it was so awkward.
I was like, where are all the people at? And I realized I was like, oh, it is only 2 couples. Because I was like, all these different people there, that was just their family and friends. And I was like, dang, they really had to force feed us 2 content from 2 couples this whole time.
Dang, it really is 2, huh? Yeah, that's why I'm just like, why y'all throw Aaron and Johnny and Cree? I'm like, they not even together. What y'all doing?
They could have lived. I would rather follow their story.
Me too.
Honestly,
me too. What y'all doing at the house?
What's Johnny talking about?
Right.
Exactly. You know what they really could have did? The fact that it was only 2 couples, y'all could have at least gave us little peeks in on the successful couples. Okay, now let's switch it over. Let's get a little nice little look. Come on, let me see what they doing.
Oh, she said not Carter was MAGA. Ooh, he do get that vibes.
A little bit, yeah.
Is that the one? Wait, is that the one?
Which one, Carter?
That's the country dude.
That was the one that Renee married. He's like the big dude, looks like a trucker.
Oh,
yeah, the country.
Oh, okay.
The one that Stacey was like, he's giving real life country bumpkin, fee fi fo fum.
Yeah.
Fee fi fo fum. I'm hollering.
I was in tears. But yes, definitely two bootleg couples, Aaron. 100% agree.
For sure.
So I think we've pretty much covered these that was a lot for 10 episodes worth. So I'm glad we were able to cover that. We got 4 episodes left, or 2 more?
I thought it was 1.
Is it just 1?
Well, 1 and then the reunion.
1 in the reunion.
Because I think the next one is the weddings, or they might put it in 2 episodes possibly. Because I think they do.
They need to wrap it up in 1 because we don't need no 2 separate.
I mean, it's 2 couples. What are y'all gonna do? Don't drag this out. Yes, it needs to be 1 episode and then the reunion. That's it.
Yes, absolutely.
Don't be dragging this mess.
Now, what is gonna probably be good is when they come out 5 months later with the after the altar to see what's going on and see where everybody at. For real.
Yeah, different locations. That's where they're gonna be at. Different locations.
And I want the same baby orange drama when we realized the receipts come out for Uche and Lydia.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's what it is. It's only one episode.
Yes, aired it.
Yes.
1000%.
So 1 episode Friday, and then after that, oh wait, when's the 13th?
Friday.
Next week, yeah.
Friday.
This week.
And then okay. So Friday is the last episode, and then Sunday they actually doing a reunion.
Wait, huh?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, that's the reunion coming out that fast?
On the 15th.
You're kidding.
Episode 10 is October 13th, and then the reunion is on the 15th.
We're done with the season. We're done.
Look, Ty said 2 couples they can just put the update on the screen at the end of the last episode.
That's what I'm saying. They should. You know what? They should just do an hour and a half episode. Give us 20 minutes of the wedding drama. No, they both say no. Let's go ahead and move forward. Or divorce, and then get to the reunion. Yeah, I don't know. We gonna see.
Well, so okay. Well, I'm glad this is wrapping up but I honestly I would say the great thing about this season is the pacing of the episodes, because normally they was throwing in 5 episodes at a time. I was like, that's too much. I'm glad they broke it up with they gave us 4, then they gave us 2, and then 2. I actually like that better formatting. So, are there anything else? Is there anything else?
Is there anything else? I don't think so.
I've just really struggled to get through this season. Like, I feel like
the
ones that was like really good things that wanted you to come. Like, every time I watched it, the next time I'm like, "Ooh, am I like gonna enjoy this, or like what's gonna happen?" Because there's just been too much, like, just not enough love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm a sucker for love. And ain't none on this season.
Ain't none.
I'm a sucker for it. Yeah.
And I don't like love shows. This is literally the only love show that I like watch. Like, I don't do can't do The Bachelor, Bachelorette.
Love Island?
Can't do Love. I don't no Love Island. No Too Hot to Handle.
I really got into it. I did watch like an episode of Too Hot to Handle, but
I watched the first
really
season.
Get into it.
But that's about it.
I just got into Love Island.
Yeah.
Is it good this season?
The last season was really, really good. It was honestly.
So it's bingeable?
Yeah.
I'm looking for something to binge.
That was good.
With a briefcase or a bundle like Monique. Nah, if he do, I'm hollering.
Listen,
and you know what? And if he don't, he's lying.
Yeah. I want everything printed out, and I want them to put it on the big screen so we can all see it.
Yeah, I want to see it. Blow it up. I don't want to see that paper. Bring it up. Show the class.
Show the class. Exactly. So yeah, the text messages. We want to see the text messages. When she said, "I can see you outside your house" and all that stuff, pull it up.
I ain't lying. I be doing that to Steve all the time. I be like, "I can see you." Like when I be gone. I mean, we do got cameras in our house, and he'd be like,
"Why are you doing this?
Is that made me a little crazy? Maybe people are here a little bit.
They're together. I don't know if they were together. So
They were.
Okay, so we good. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Y'all
I'm
good.
not. So we like her.
We see y'all pictures in the background up on the wall,
Yeah.
looking cute and everything. Y'all good. You good.
That's my baby daddy.
Oh my god. But yeah, can't wait to talk about the reunion. We'll definitely have to meet back up and maybe have to add a couple more people so we can talk about the reunion and see how everybody else thought about it. Because I know other people are watching the show too.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So
I know my girl Betty watching too because we talk about it after
I
every.
know, yes. Betty, you gotta come for the reunion. This is your official invitation. So that means you gotta listen to this. And
Yes.
I'll send you the invite, girl. We got
Open
you.
your schedule next week. We're gonna talk about it. Because I know
Right.
I know it's gonna be messy.
Right.
I know it's gonna be messy. And
Same
I'm
time
for
next
it.
week.
Maybe.
For sure. So we'll make it happen because this was good. Love is Blind. We needed to talk
There's a
about
lot
it.
to get through, but
Yeah. I think it'll be good with just our thoughts and everything with the reunion, how everything plays out. So
for sure.
Well, listeners, viewers, thank you for spending time with us and becoming exclusive members to our very entertaining group chat. And shout out again to Josh for joining us and having discussions with us. It's been great as always. And you're more than welcome anytime you want to. So if we don't have anything else, until next time.
Bye, y'all.
We out.